Please be seated. Your Honor, the jury's all present and accounted for.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go back on the record and see 377239 states about versus Devyn Michaels. May the record reflect that Ms. Michaels is present with her attorneys and deputy district attorneys on behalf of the state. We both parties stipulate to the presence of our jury.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and then I'm just going to ask you to raise your right hand. We're going to re-swear you in because it's been overnight.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. State, you may resume your questioning.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, yesterday we left off with a couple of questions about the backyard and that side gate, that wooden fence. Do you remember that?
Yes.
I'm going to show you now 163. Is this a view of the front of the house aiming at the trash cans and that side fence?
It is.
164, those trash cans were opened.
Yes.
165, another trash can. 166, trash can opened. 167, another trash can. Yes?
Yes.
168, that trash can opened.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
And search anything of evidentiary value found within those trash cans.
No.
168A? This is that other one. You good at this? I believe by stipulation we move to admit 168A.
Correct.
168?
168A.
168A. Okay, 168A will be admitted pursuant to stipulation.
And ma'am, I mentioned yesterday we appeared to be missing a photo. Does this appear to be a photo showing the backyard and showing that gate where the fence would be out front?
Where the wooden fence would be out front, yes.
Okay, so does this now tell us both sides of the entry to the side of the house are obstructed?
Yes.
Did you and your team also go out and execute warrants on the vehicles out front?
Yes.
169, ma'am, what are we looking at here?
That is a photograph of the victim's truck and trailer that was parked out front of the house.
Can you describe just for the record how it is parked?
It's parked, I'm sorry, I don't know directionality, but it's just parked along the street right in front of the
Okay,
house.
parked, I guess, wrong way on the street.
Correct.
And the trailer appears to be hanging out into the street a bit.
Yes.
170. Did it appear that the moving trailer portion was somewhat empty,
Yes.
other than a blanket or something?
Yes.
171, just another angle of that.
Correct.
172, documenting the license plate, if you could read that into the record.
399ZUK.
173, is this the bed of the truck?
Yes.
Obviously searched at some point.
Yes.
Anything of evidentiary value found within the trailer or the bed of the truck?
No.
The inside of the truck, was it also searched?
Yes, it was.
174, is that a side angle of the truck?
Yes.
A couple of American flags sticking out the back.
Yes.
And then there's a bunch of photographs of different angles of the exterior of the truck. Is that fair?
Yes.
I'm not going to show them all to you, but you would agree with that?
Yes.
I'm going to show you one more, 180. Just a better angle showing the empty moving trailer, or moving trailer except for that blanket and a piece of wood or something.
Yes.
181. What are we looking at here?
That's the interior of the truck.
Front seat.
Yes.
182. Back seat.
Yes.
Anything of evidentiary value found within the truck?
No.
In addition to the truck, was there a little blue sedan parked out front?
Yes. A little Nissan Sentra.
And was that searched as well?
It was.
185, is that the Nissan?
Yes.
186, rear of the Nissan.
Yes.
Looks like a temporary tag,
Yes.
2010 date on it.
Yes.
Can you read the plate into the record?
Sure. 1E67224.
And that vehicle was searched as well?
It was.
188, front seat.
Yes.
189, back seat.
Yes.
190, trunk.
Yes.
Appears that there's a bunch of random materials as though maybe someone was packed?
Yes, it was full.
Anything of evidentiary value found within the Nissan?
No,
And I'm assuming that when you're referring to evidentiary value, that would include anything related to blood.
correct.
So let's go back inside the residence just briefly. I'm almost done with you.
Okay.
193, we showed this yesterday, but this particular dog door, did you say was it impounded under our vent number?
Yes, the cover was, yes.
And you mentioned some latent print processing. 194, what are we looking at here?
So that's the door that's leading from the laundry room to the garage, and that was also processed for making fingerprints.
And 195, a closer view of that same area?
Yes,
You mentioned yesterday sometimes you'll process and use photography, other times you'll process and actually pull tape.
correct.
Here it looks like you may have pulled tape.
We did.
And want to ask you some general questions about fingerprints.
Sure.
Fingerprints are an artifact left behind when someone touches something, correct?
Correct.
And there's latent ridge detail that could be matched potentially to a known fingerprint, correct?
Correct.
Fingerprints don't tell you anything about timing.
No.
Right? That could have been left there a day ago, a month ago, a year ago.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to establish a timeline for a fingerprint.
Okay, and if someone is a known occupant of a home, you would expect their fingerprints to be in their home.
Absolutely.
If someone had lived in that home previously, you would expect fingerprints to be in the home.
Absolutely.
If someone had been inside the home, one or two times, they may have left prints as well.
Absolutely.
You just never know, but
Yes.
you do it nonetheless.
Correct.
I'm going to go back to the body a bit. And I'm going to put these cameras up on, these photos up on the screen for the cameras. 208. Is that John once the cover was removed from his body?
Yes.
There was a suggestion yesterday that maybe the decapitation occurred at a different location, and his body was moved to this location. Is there anything about this body that suggests otherwise?
We did not feel that the decapitation occurred anywhere else. Based on his lividity, when we removed those bedding and all those sheets, his lividity was consistent with that position. There was no mixed lividity or anything to suggest that he'd been in a different position.
Okay, the jury's hearing the term lividity for the first time.
Sure.
What do you mean by that?
So lividity occurs when your heart stops beating. The blood in your body will pull into the natural cavities of your body. So the lividity becomes fixed at a certain point, but you'll see dark discoloration that's consistent with the position of the body.
And so if a body lays, say, in this position on the belly for an extended period of time,
Right.
the blood essentially settles with gravity.
Correct.
And that at some point becomes fixed in the body,
Correct.
Now, if a person is killed, and they sit there for a minute, an hour, and then are flipped onto their belly, they're on their back when they're killed or whatever,
Right.
are there times in which the lividity will change a bit?
You'll see a variance in the lividity.
Okay. And in this particular case, anything suggesting that he was moved from this small position on the bed other than maybe flipped over?
No.
In addition to that, we talked about how you believed it was a post-mortem decapitation.
That's correct.
As a result of that, you're not going to have spurting vessels or veins or arteries, correct?
Correct.
However, there is blood leaking from the
Right.
decapitation.
Right.
Did you see anywhere outside of this small area in the scene any evidence to suggest this body was dragged in, brought in, carried in, or anything like that?
No, nothing of the sort.
Showing you 212. Now that the cover is removed, can we see more of those what appeared to be chemical burns?
Yes.
Not feeling the need to publish this photo, but I'm going to just show you the old school way. 214 ultimately is the body removed from the scene, placed into a bag, and the custody taken over by the Clark County Coroner's Office.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'll just remind you, you will have all of the photos that were admitted into evidence when you go back for your deliberations.
Thank you, Your Honor. Was the scene documented after John's body was moved?
Yes.
Showing you 220. Describe now what we're looking at.
So after the victim's body was removed from the scene, we proceeded to basically open up all the blankets and bedding that he'd been wrapped in to see if we could find anything of evidence, anything important in that bedding.
And so we can reorient, if the jury can't recall, is this the foot of the bed down in the lower left portion of the photo?
That pillow is the pillow that we discussed yesterday that was underneath the upper portion of his torso.
Okay. Well, I have another personal question. Have you ever received a massage?
Yes.
It's weird, but I have to ask it. So, are there times in which a pillow is placed under a person's body when they're getting a massage?
Sure.
Okay. Down here, bottom left portion of the bed, when you first come upon the scene, that is bare, correct?
Right.
Just mattress,
Just
and then
mattress.
we saw the red staining in this area.
Correct.
When you fold the sheet back, is this red staining consistent with the location of that other red staining we saw in the mattress?
Yes.
Okay. So hypothetically, if someone were to want to roll this body over to do something to it, could the initial impact have occurred here and then the whole sheet been rolled over and with the body in it?
It's possible, yes.
.221, another angle just showing kind of now we're peeling the layers a bit or getting different angles of the layers.
Yes.
.222, is this the remnants of the pillow and the blanket that were underneath where John's head should have been?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Counsel, which exhibit is that? The number?
.222.
Thank you.
You're welcome. .223, what is this?
That's a towel that was found towards the head of the bed.
Okay. And now it's just been laid out for documentation?
Correct, yes.
.225. Are we now seeing the white comforter kind of spread out?
Yes.
And a couple of blood spots in corresponding corners on the top?
Yes.
I'll show one more graphic image just to talk about a point you made earlier. .229. Is this some of the lividity that you were talking about?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. And that's kind of blood settling when a body remains in a position post-mortem for an extended period of time?
Yes.
One last question. Did you observe any bleeding injuries to the victim's hands anywhere?
No.
Thank you. I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Benson?
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
We'll just start with the last part of your testimony and address some of the testimony that you gave yesterday.
Okay.
You were asked a series of questions concerning lividity and when lividity sets in, correct? You'd agree with me that you don't have an opinion as to the time of death.
I would agree with you, yes.
So when you talk about lividity, you're kind of just guessing because obviously lividity sets in after someone dies, correct?
Correct.
And if you don't know when a person dies, you just kind of have to guess when the lividity. Obviously, it begins after the person dies, but we don't know when, correct?
There are several factors affecting lividity, yes.
And what time was it that these photographs that you've testified concerning? When were these photos taken?
We entered the scene, I would say somewhere between noon and 5 o'clock.
So we're talking about a 5-year period, and you're giving us opinions concerning lividity. And that's just the 5 hours that you were there, correct?
Correct.
You gave an opinion concerning It appears the body had not been moved, presumably from the time of death that you don't know, correct?
Well, I don't know the time of death, no.
No, and that's my point. Yet you're giving an opinion concerning the lividity, correct?
All I can base my opinion on is what I observed during the time that I was there.
Correct. That's somewhere during that 5-hour period, correct?
Based on my knowledge of lividity and based on what I observed while I was there, that's what I'm basing my opinion on.
Let's talk about lividity. When does lividity begin to occur?
I'm not a medical examiner, but I'm not comfortable answering exactly when it sets in.
Thank you, and you're making my point. So it's pretty tough to say that this body stayed in that same place based upon the lividity and based upon my observation of it, correct?
What I'm saying is that based on my observations of the lividity, there didn't appear to be any variance other than the position that he was currently in.
Fair to say the body dies and it moves 2 or 3 times in a 1-hour period. You can't give an opinion concerning the lividity and when it set in and if the body was moved or not, correct?
I'm not a medical examiner, and like I said, there are several factors that affect lividity, including the body itself, temperature, things like that. So, again, I'm not comfortable answering those questions.
So fair to say, let's just not get a point where, well, the body wasn't moved because of lividity. That's a fairly unfair assumption, an unfair testimony, unfair conclusion to reach, correct?
No, I would not say it's unfair.
I see. We don't know when the body died, correct?
Correct.
We don't know what time lividity may have set in, correct?
Correct.
But nonetheless, you're just going to testify and say the body wasn't moved.
Lividity evolves.
Correct.
Lividity evolves, and at a certain point, it becomes fixed. And again, there's a lot of factors involved. So again, all I'm basing my testimony on is what I observed while I was there.
Okay. During the 5-hour period, correct?
We were there longer than 5 hours.
Yesterday, you had given testimony that based upon what you saw and the evidence you collected, you had an opinion that it was there on the bed. This gentleman died, correct?
Correct.
You testified that there wasn't any signs of struggle.
Correct.
Fair to say there could have been a struggle somewhere else and the body wound up on the bed. You can't give an opinion, correct?
No, I can't.
You testified yesterday that we, and presumably that's you and other crime scene analysts, or who else? You said we a number of times, like we hypothesized that about him, the body being rolled. Who was we?
Members of my team, members of detectives who were also there. We did a lot of discussing as a group, as a team.
And when you talk about hypothesizing, is it kind of like in a scientific sense where you reach a hypothesis and then test it?
We don't, that's something that we can't really test, but based on our observations and evidence at the scene, we potentially come up with theories on how bloodstain patterns could have occurred. That's very common.
Okay. But getting into, we don't know the time of death,
No.
based upon your testimony,
No,
do we?
We don't.
You had testified, again, about this assumption that the person died at that bed and then was beheaded. Fair to say that that was in large part because you saw some blood going down the side of the bed and puddling on the floor?
There was obviously bloodletting there that had occurred, but I don't know that that's the sole reason that I made that statement.
Okay. Well, we don't have the time of death. You testified that you observed that the head was severed, but you didn't make any observations of the injury, correct?
Can you rephrase that?
Yes, you testified yesterday that the head was severed, but your testimony was that you didn't make any observations as to the wound, correct?
No. As far as, what are you, specifically, what are you asking about the wound?
That's what I'm trying to clarify about your
Okay.
testimony and your hypotheses and your conclusions. You testified yesterday that you did not observe or analyze the wound, correct?
Well, I observed it up close, but I didn't make any determinations as far as what could have caused that or what implementations that caused the decapitation, I didn't make any of those specific assumptions.
But nonetheless, you gave an opinion that the head was severed there, correct?
Yes, that's what I believe, yes.
Are you aware of how the head was severed?
No, I'm not.
What instrumentalities may or may not have been used in severing the head?
I have read the anthropologist report at this point, but at the time, no.
Okay.
I didn't make any assumptions at the time, no.
But you were reaching these hypotheses prior to reviewing the anthropologist's report.
Not a hypothesis about what instruments were used to cause the decapitation.
Well, you're talking about the death occurred here, but you're not really clear on how the death occurred, correct? Or at least how the decapitation occurred, fair to say?
Not how the decapitation occurred, no.
You're aware, and since you've addressed it, hand-powered knife and mechanically powered saw, correct?
Correct.
You gave testimony concerning cast-off blood, things like that, correct?
Correct.
And it was your testimony that you didn't see any evidence of cast-off, correct?
I did not.
You didn't see any evidence of cast-off on the walls, correct?
Correct.
You didn't see any evidence of cast-off on the headboard.
Correct.
You didn't see evidence of cast-off on the mattress, did you?
No.
You gave some opinions concerning blood spurting when a person's alive, correct?
Correct.
Fair to say that a mechanically powered saw would, the kinetic energy would cause cast-off?
Well, it's difficult to say, and my only experience with hand-powered tools post-mortem involved being present for multiple autopsies at the coroner's office, where they used power tools to cut up an individual's head or do Y incisions, and no, I don't see any blood spatter associated when they do that.
More, the bodies have been refrigerated, correct?
For a period of time, I guess.
Yes, oftentimes.
Depending on when the bodies come into the coroner's office.
Correct. They're generally cold, aren't they? They've been sitting there for a while. They're put on
And
ice.
I don't work down there, so I can't.
Well, ma'am, you just gave an opinion
Answer
about
that
cast-off. Just gave an opinion, ma'am, about cast-off electric tools. That's a different set of circumstances than those circumstances that you saw in the photographs that you've been shown, correct?
Well, you asked that if a high-powered tool was used, if I would expect to see cast-off. And I'm not going to say no, but what I'm going to say is based on my experience with powered tools cutting into bodies, I have not seen cast-off or spatter.
And we were addressing your narrow experience in the coroner's office, correct?
I mean, explain narrow.
We're not talking about crime
I
scenes,
don't
are we?
work down there, but I've been present for countless autopsies.
You've never seen a dismemberment of a body, head, arm at a crime scene, have you?
I've seen limbs come off before, but I've never been present for that.
Point I'm making, cast-off, things like that.
Correct.
Fair to say?
I've never been present for a dismembering scene.
You had given opinions and all. Are these all the exhibits right here?
The ones I used were right up
Today, these were yesterday's? Okay. All of them. Let's take a look at states. Exhibit 87. Body on the bed.
Correct.
You recall your testimony concerning blood here, blood over here?
Yes.
Appears to be two different spots, correct?
Correct.
You testified that you observed the blood, but you'd agree with me that you can't quantify the amount of blood there.
No.
Are you aware of how much blood is contained within the human body?
Not exactly, and it depends on the body.
Larger, more blood, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
You aware of the body that you took photos of, the measurements?
Like how big he was?
Yeah.
We don't do that specifically. The coroner's office would take a weight and height.
Didn't look at a driver's license?
There was no driver's license at the scene.
If I told you that person was 6'4", any reason to disagree with me?
No.
Fairly large body?
Sure.
That brings another point. Yesterday you had testified that you could have moved the body over, correct?
I could have rolled a body.
Have you done that before?
Rolled a body in a bed?
A dead body?
Not a dead body. Actually, I have rolled bodies, like assisted with the coroner's office when they needed help. So, yes.
More than one person because they needed help, correct? It's hard to move a dead body, isn't it?
It's difficult, but it's not impossible for me.
I see. Bigger the body, the harder it is, correct?
Correct.
And this was a big body, wasn't it?
Sure. I mean, I would say it's average male size,
6'4" is an average male size?
in my opinion.
Wow. Okay. You don't know the weight, do you?
No, I don't.
You are familiar with the term dead weight. Oftentimes people refer to that in a social sense, but I mean the scientific sense, dead weight.
Sure.
Body doesn't maintain its center of gravity. It gets real hard to move,
Sure,
correct?
absolutely.
It's like trying to move a big wet bag of cement. It's hard.
Sure.
It looks, at least, on this photo at least, that we had 2 spots perhaps where the body was.
Sure. That, or it could have been something that had blood on it that was placed there.
Okay. We don't know. That's a guess,
We don't.
correct?
Yeah,
So
we
let's
don't
not
know.
guess. Let's not guess, okay? The covers, and there's other covers, but just for the sake of testimony, did you recover those?
No,
You didn't impound those?
we did not recover any of the bedding, no.
You didn't photograph it?
We photographed the bedding.
The sheet, I'm sorry, the blue bedding?
We photographed, everything was laid out and photographed.
In the interest of time. Is it in this? Yeah. This is slanted. I brought these things. Thanks, Mike. So there was no analysis performed upon the bed cover?
No. Analysis of what kind?
Cuts.
We did visual observations, but we did not observe any cuts on the bedding or the bed.
Did you take any close-up photographs of the members, future members of the jury, law enforcement, defense attorneys? No?
We did overall photos, and if there had been any defects observed, we would have documented those.
No close-ups.
Close-ups of what?
The bedding, where the body's found.
We laid out the bedding, but like a close-up would be something of a specific area or a defect or something like that. So
I mean, you're giving testimony about a head that you don't know how was cut off, and that somehow that happened there, correct?
correct.
And you didn't keep the bedding, correct?
We didn't feel like the bedding had any evidentiary value to it.
If I may approach the witness. Obviously, you've gone through these crime scene photos. If you could please show us the photograph that you took.
The photograph of what?
Of the bedding that we're discussing. The blue bedding, specifically.
Can you keep these in a certain order?
You can just pull them out. Thank you.
All of these contain overalls. Are you specifically referring to the blue comforter?
Yes.
Okay.
Approach the witness.
Sure. all of those in that pile. They just have overall, so that we cover. Sorry, it's a little bit of a mess.
State's Exhibit 220. It's one of the photographs that you just pulled out, correct?
Yes, correct.
Photograph 221, correct?
Correct.
Photograph 222,
Correct.
photograph 223,
Correct.
photograph 224.
Correct.
No close-ups, correct?
Again, like close-ups of,
The fibers, I mean, to say cuts. I mean, obviously, we've now learned that a power saw was
Correct.
used, correct?
correct.
No close-ups of
And again, we visually observed every item on that bed.
With a magnifying
Every piece
glass?
of bedding, the towels, everything, the pillows, everything that was on that bed, and we didn't observe cuts or defects on any of those items.
So you got a head that's cut off with a saw, and it didn't leave any marks. Power saw. Fair to say?
We did not observe any defects.
It's your opinion that's where the head was cut off.
Correct.
226. Same thing, correct? No defects.
Correct.
In fact, in these photos, we don't see any kind of cast off, even minor cast off, correct?
No. On the bedding, no.
Not on the bedding, and that's where the bed was found, or that's where the body was found, correct? That pillow underneath. You'd given some testimony about getting massages, correct?
About getting massages, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting correct?
Yes,
Head usually goes on the pillow, correct?
I guess.
Fair to say, I mean, in your experience, since you gave an opinion concerning that, when you're getting a massage, your head's on the pillow, correct?
Well, I mean, most massages, there's really not a pillow. You put your head in a headrest.
Well,
on a
you
massage
talked,
table.
and that's the point I'm making. You gave an opinion about a pillow and a massage just a few minutes ago, correct?
Correct.
All right. You would testify that there is a bathroom downstairs.
Yes.
Closest bathroom to the body, correct?
Correct.
Did you take any photographs of the inside of that bathroom?
Yes.
Did you take photographs of the inside of the shower?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the one I added.
The 168A.
Okay. It's on the list. They've been admitted. How many photographs of that bathroom downstairs were taken?
I don't recall an exact number.
You arrive on August 7th, 2023, correct?
Correct.
You've given testimony concerning things that you documented that you felt were of evidentiary value, correct?
Correct.
Fair to say that you go in, you're taking photographs, but you're not perhaps aware of all the facts and circumstances that may have given rise to the murder charge or the death, correct?
Correct.
So you kind of go in there, you do the best you can, but you may not have all of the evidence or all the necessary facts to make appropriate decisions as to what is of evidentiary value.
We do the best we can with the knowledge that we have at the time, yes.
Yesterday you gave an opinion concerning a ring, correct?
Not an opinion, I was asked if we located a ring in a trash can, and I said no.
Okay. You didn't inventory what you found and what you didn't find, correct?
In the trash cans?
Yes.
We photoed like the interior of those trash cans, but we didn't write down everything that was located in those trash cans.
And that's been provided? We have all the photographs of all these trash cans and their contents?
I have the photos that I reviewed that I was presented with when I got here.
You were asked several questions on direct. Did you photograph everything of evidentiary value, correct?
Yes.
You'd agree with me that when you were there and your team and you're taking photographs, a ring was of no evidentiary value, correct?
If we had found a ring in a trash can, we would have specifically photoed that. That's atypical.
In what sense?
Well, most trash can items would be trash. Like you can see in one of the photos, there's empty water bottles, your typical trash items. I think a piece of jewelry in a trash can would be atypical. We would have documented that.
But that's assuming that it's a piece of jewelry. It's made out of a fine metal, correct?
Again, yeah, I think anything in a jewelry box or ring, something like that, I'm sure we would have documented.
How about a rubber ring? Don't have an opinion, correct?
We didn't locate a rubber ring.
Would you have photographed it?
I'm sure we would have photoed the contents just like we did on the other trash cans that there are photographs of. We photographed the contents inside the trash can.
Exhibit number 68, trash can. It's your testimony that you photographed the contents of exhibit 68.
Can you refresh my memory on what exhibit 68 is?
There's a trash can that you gave testimony. Actually, it wasn't. It was admitted. How many trash cans were in the residence?
There were 2 in the kitchen that we observed.
Okay. Anywhere else? Downstairs?
I'm sure there were, but I didn't make a note of how many trash cans were in the house.
So we have to rely upon the photographs, correct?
Correct.
The blood that was, the drop, there was cone number 1. Do you recall the testimony concerning that?
Well, there was marker A and there was marker B.
The first one, that blood drop.
On the driveway or
Correct,
on
on the driveway.
Okay.
Was that collected for further analysis?
Yes, we collected a sample of that.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Can you read the rest of it?
First, I'd move the admission of 168A. Looks like no one's able to find it, but your exceptional clerk tells me that it is the shower photo.
168A has been admitted.
Oh, okay.
So it's been admitted.
Just can't find it. All right. All right. Start from the beginning, ma'am. I won't be too long, but I got to go back to a couple. So you're a professional crime scene investigator.
Correct.
I'm not, right?
Correct.
He's not. Right?
Correct.
You made some deductions based upon what you observed at the scene.
Correct.
Correct. You're not making deductions based upon speculation of other pieces of evidence that may have been found at other scenes or anything like that.
No.
You're just observing what you're observing, coupled with your experience, and you're making some deductions.
Correct.
One of the things that was brought up was time of death. You would agree with me that it's very difficult to determine a time of death unless someone is killed on camera or something.
I would say so, yes, and that's outside of our wheelhouse.
Yeah, that's not your world.
Correct.
If there's a medical examiner that may testify later, she might be able to speak better to the timing of death.
Absolutely.
Okay. Understanding you can't really gauge time of death, there are ways to narrow down time of death in the real world, right?
Right.
Like if someone's alive and smiling on a video, you know they're not dead at that point.
Absolutely.
If a mom sees somebody downstairs or hears somebody or whatever, they're not dead at that point, presumably.
Right.
Okay, so there are ways to narrow it that may not deal with your world of just looking at the crime scene.
Yes.
Okay. There was a line of questioning about how the murder occurred, cast off, and this mechanically powered saw and all this stuff. So I want to clarify something. I would hope you've never been present for a live person being dismembered.
No, I have not.
You have been present during autopsies.
Yes.
And autopsies are clearly post-mortem.
Correct.
And you deduced from this scene that this was a post-mortem decapitation.
Yes.
Okay. And so in the autopsy setting, if the coroner, I don't want to get too graphic, but I mean, they use some heavy-duty tools sometimes.
Yes.
And when they're using mechanical or mechanized saws, you're not seeing blood spray,
No.
spatter, or anything like that.
No.
Okay. So that's the decapitation portion.
Right.
Talking about the actual fatal blow or blows.
Okay.
Did you see anything in the scene that suggested a gun was used?
No.
Did you see anything in the scene that suggested an item was used multiple times?
No.
What would you expect to see in a scene if a head blow is done multiple times?
That's where you would see various types of bloodstain pattern.
Okay, and that would be cast off or spatter or whatever.
You would see multiple impact patterns, impact bloodstain patterns.
Would you expect to see cast off if there is a single blow?
No.
There was a discussion about John's size, and I don't want to get too morbid, but you can't estimate his height when he's missing his head.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And so you're just deducing based on what you saw of this headless body that a person of your size could flip that person over a couple feet or whatever.
Correct.
Okay. There was a lot of discussion about defects in the bedding. I want to clarify here. So when you have a large item like a comforter, you and your team are taking overall documentary photos.
Right.
If you see a defect, especially on a scene where somebody's missing a head, you're going to zoom in and focus on that.
Right.
So what your normal process is, you're observing it, you're looking for defects, you don't find it.
Right.
If you did find one, that would be like a zoomed in photo, maybe an evidence marker or something like that.
Yes, we would put something indicating that defect and take close-up photos of it.
Now, you weren't there, you don't know what happened when he died, right?
No.
There was evidence that the person who did it cleaned up the scene because there's a big glaring thing missing from the scene, right? Actually, a few glaring things.
Right.
Weapons and head.
Correct.
No telling whether the person who did the cleanup job ditched another piece of bedding that maybe was covering his head when the decapitation, anything like that.
It's possible, yes.
Yeah, you just don't know.
Correct.
You mentioned that there was no ID found
No.
because Mr. Draskowitz asked you about his height and weight and look at his driver's license. You said no.
No.
And that reminded me, I don't know if I asked you. Did you find any car keys in the victim's room?
No.
Any wallet?
No.
And you said already no ID?
No.
Any cell phone?
No.
And then that last line of questioning about the trash cans. All the photos we've seen so far, those are overalls documenting the scene, correct?
Correct.
Then anything that was of evidentiary value, you get closer photos and you take also photos of anything you're taking from the scene or impounding.
Correct.
Fair to say that you and your entire team were fervently looking for the head.
Yes.
What were you thinking as you're going through the scene when you're opening boxes and
We were opening every bin, drawer, cabinet with a great deal of trepidation that we would find a head somewhere.
Okay. And so when I showed you earlier, I'm not going to pull the photos, but when I showed you the bedroom earlier, downstairs bedroom, there's a couple containers and stuff.
Yes.
All of that is thoroughly searched
Extensively searched.
because there's glaring things missing from your
Correct.
Okay. All right, thank you, ma'am. We'll pass it.
Any follow-up, Mr. Jeffrey?
Yes, thank you. Based upon those questions, primary focus, you're looking for a head, weapons, correct?
Correct.
If there'd been any defects to the bedding, to the sheet, to the mattress, to the pillow, you would have photographed it.
We would have photographed it and we probably would have taken it.
Thank you. No further questions.
Any follow-up statement?
No, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have any questions for this witness? Okay, seeing no response, ma'am, you are excused. Thank you very much for your testimony here today.